Hey, thank you, Jim. I am incredibly proud of what our teams have accomplished in a very challenging environment, inflationary environment, with the component challenges that we face. But, you know, the teams delivered a third consecutive quarter of over 30% product order growth, RPO at 30.5 that you pointed out earlier, all-time backlog, all-time high backlog at $14 billion, grew our web-scale cloud business orders by 70%. So it was and enterprise grew 37%, which is the fastest it's grown in 12 years. So it was a pretty good performance by our teams.
Yeah, I absolutely love when you talk about visibility. I mean, I remember when visibility was 30 days at Cisco. Now I think it's fair to say you may even have visibility for 30 months. That's how strong this order flow is. Do you think that's too aggressive?
Well, Jim, I think if you go back to our business model from years back, you know, we did a huge percentage of our revenue. We actually took the order in the quarter that we recognized the revenue. And so this transformation that we embarked on, which has been incredibly complex for the last almost 7 years, believe it or not, has now resulted in, you know, software and services revenue on the balance sheet of $30.5 billion, which is represented by the RPO. There's also $2 billion of software, over $2 billion sitting in our backlog that's associated with hardware that hasn't shipped yet. And so, you know, this is why we did it, was to give ourselves more visibility, more predictability. And it's been complicated, and it's hard for a lot of folks to understand exactly where we are, but I think we're beginning to see the benefits of all that hard work.
And that's why the price earnings multiple is so low. One of the things I really appreciated was, because my Chapel Trust owns it, was your buyback. You announced a big buyback. Interestingly enough, I thought that actually took off the absurdity of buying Splunk. Got that off the table. And I think a lot of us are very glad, because that would be a major diversion for you, Chuck.
Yeah, Jim, we talked about, obviously we don't comment on rumors or speculation, but we're constantly assessing opportunities in the marketplace. And I said on the call, you know, for every one deal we do, we probably look at 15 different companies. And so we're constantly assessing. We look at strategic fit, we look at cultural fit, we look at financial and valuation fit. And we've always been very disciplined, and we'll continue to be very disciplined.
Chuck, I remember having dinner with you your first week, and I said, Chuck, why doesn't Cisco have any business with the big mega techs, with the Alphabets? Why aren't you doing anything with the companies that have giant data centers? You didn't have any of that. If I read you correctly, I think you have all of it.
Well, and when you asked me that question, I didn't have a great answer at the time either, did I? Look, our teams did a great job. We worked on multi-year innovation to deliver these high-performance, low-power consumption, which is so important right now, platforms. And so now we are doing very well. The cloud players represent 29% of our service provider business, and grew 70% on orders again this quarter, 100% growth over trailing 4 quarters. So I can't tell you how proud I am of what the teams have done. They stayed heads down for years building technology that was deriving no revenue for us, and now we're seeing the benefit of that.
Hey, Chuck, one of the line items is hybrid work product, and you know, it has implications for all of us who go into the office. Can you kind of characterize what those orders are looking like in terms of how aggressive the customers want to be? Is there any sense that they're waiting to find out more, or they're just piling in now?
Well, Carl, one of the things we said yesterday is that the category that we call hybrid work, we're going to change the name to collaboration, because in reality, hybrid work and the technology required for hybrid work is a combination of next-generation networking architectures, you know, new security architectures, treating the home like a small branch office, hybrid cloud, you know, all of these technologies. And so we felt like that category, which only contains our collaboration portfolio, wasn't representative of what hybrid work is. And I think when you look at the strength of our orders, I think that speaks to every customer is investing in modern infrastructure to support safety for their employees when they come back. We're seeing wireless densification, creating more capacity for wireless networks, which requires more switching infrastructure. Everybody's adding video units to conference rooms, which requires more high-performance networking. They're adding security cameras. IoT is beginning to explode, building automation systems. So we just see this overall modernization of the technology infrastructure as companies prepare for their employees to return to the office.